Good morning. Welcome to Brittney on the Bluff, brought to you each weekday by our fine group of sponsors, Whitworth's Gift Chest Jewelers, Key Drugs, First Community Bank, and Today's Computers in Poplar Bluff. Thanks for joining us this morning for Brittney on the Bluff. It's Library Day. On the show once a month, some of the folks from the Poplar Bluff Municipal Library come in, hang out with us, kind of bring us up to date with all the cool things going on at the library, which is, there's always like a list as long as your arm. Stuff happening at the library. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And, of course, with the holidays, I'm sure you've got some holiday fun planned at the library. You guys don't let an opportunity get by to have a party, do you?
Oh, no, not at all. We've always got something up our sleeve.
So tell us what's going on this Christmas season at the library.
Well,
Where to start? They're going, oh gosh, we've
yeah,
got
it's
so
like
much going on.
there's so many things. It's like, what do we do?
I know you played a movie yesterday, a holiday movie. Which one did you do yesterday?
Oh.
Elf.
Oh, they're blanking. I didn't mean to throw you off, guys.
That was Elf.
Oh, Elf. Oh, I thought you said, oh. I didn't even understand what you said. Elf. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
The one with, what's his name? I can't think of his name.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah, Will Ferrell playing an
That's a fun
elf. And, I had never seen that. I think last year I was at a friend's house and they were watching it, and I saw about half of it, and I thought, this is way cuter than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It was actually funny, and because his stuff I can usually kind of take or leave, got to be honest, but it was kind of cute. So did you have a good turnout?
We did.
Yes.
Excellent. So next Thursday you'll do another holiday movie.
Mhm.
What's it going to be next week?
That I don't realize.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you off.
Let's just say it's Dr. Seuss themed.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. Dr. Seuss Christmas? They have a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Think about it.
The guy's green.
Oh, yes. Boy, do I feel stupid now.
Now, if you don't know that one,
Oh, my gosh. I feel like an idiot now. I'm so sorry. Yes, I do know that one. You doing the animated or the live action?
I think it's a live action one.
I think
Okay.
so too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
It's similar.
another cute kind of a remake thing. I
Mhm.
have seen that one. I don't know why I was blanking on that though. How crazy is
threw you a
that,
curveball
man?
there.
Yeah. It's been a long week. Been one of those weeks. So yeah, so Green Dr. Seuss related holiday movie next week.
Yes.
The live action version.
At 4:30
At 4:30.
with popcorn.
With popcorn. That's so cool.
Mhm.
You all even provide the snacks and everything for us. I dig that. So
That
if you want to...
smell of popcorn wafting through the building.
There's nothing like it, is there?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Sometimes we walk in here and somebody's popped some back in the microwave, and the whole building,
Mhm.
I walk around going, popcorn. Yeah. Craving it after that. But
Yep.
yeah, so you'll have a holiday movie next Thursday, a holiday movie the following Thursday,
But not so much on the 25th.
but not the 20th. Well, that's,
No, it's kind of we're
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like
understandable.
closed that day.
no way.
Shock.
So,
Yeah,
yes, we will
well.
actually be closed on the 24th as well. So
Well.
the 24th and the 25th
Can't say
we
as
will
I
be
blame you.
closed for Christmas, and then just as another note, we will close at 5 o'clock on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So just so people, we're normally
But you will
open
be
till
open
7.
on New Year's
we
Eve,
will.
just
we just
close it a little bit
2
early.
hours earlier.
Wow.
So just
Why?
throwing that out
You guys
there.
got plans or something? You gonna do something on New Year's Eve? Maybe.
We'll see.
Sean looks mischievous when he does that, doesn't he?
When Sean gets that look, you run.
Get out of the way. So we'll have some free holiday movies. That's just such a cool thing for, families. Because, I mean, gosh, let's be honest. This time of year, you spend a lot of money as a family, and
this is
the
something
family entertainment budget may be a little puny. You may have shifted some bucks over into the gift budget part of it, and so having something like that where you can go and just kick back as a family, relax, no charge whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's ideal.
And then
I love that.
the third Sunday is our Sunday matinee,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
and
That's the one for
let's-
grown-ups, for the
yes,
most part.
but this will be a family-friendly one.
Okay.
It's let's just say it's Bing Crosby's probably most
I know what
famous
you're talking about.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Love
just call it
The
that.
movie. Love the movie.
We'll leave people guessing on that one.
Boy, that's one of those, you go back and you watch that and you realize how much our culture has changed
Mm-hmm.
when you watch those movies. Just
Mhm.
just
It's-
little things, you know, and big changes, but little things that you notice in these movies that you go, oh, wow.
Yep.
Things were sure different back then. The way people did things were different back then.
Mhm.
But, yeah, what a great classic movie that one is.
Yes, it is.
And again, appropriate for the entire family. So,
Exactly.
and that is on next Sunday, not this Sunday, but
Yeah,
the 21st.
yeah.
21st,
So,
December
2
21st.
Sundays.
And what time is that one? 2:00
2 o'clock.
there in the theater, there in the library. Which aren't we lucky to have such a cool little theater in our library?
Yeah.
How
It
neat is
It's
that?
so much fun to
Whose
have that.
idea was that? Because I mean, that's
Well-
not something that I would have traditionally thought a theater in a library. You know,
Well, actually, that's what that room originally was.
was it theater?
Was a theater, was
I just
a
wonder who
recital
came up with
hall
that
theater
idea,
back
'cause
in
such a
36
great idea.
when we opened that building.
Wow.
That was originally, and it stayed that way up through the 60s because
So they had
people
little
had
concerts and
they had piano recitals, things like that there.
What a neat idea.
And so whenever we did the renovations, then that was one of the things that we did was restore that back to a theater.
That's
So having
awesome.
story time in there, having the movies in there, the summer reading programs that go on, you know, for large
Different
crowds.
shows and stuff like that. And how many people does it seat? Do you know?
Oh,
Off the-
I want to say 150.
yeah.
Good sized
range, yeah.
crowd. A good sized crowd.
Depending on furniture and stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Very cool.
it is very cool.
Whoever came up with that, thank you. That's a really cool idea. It's just a neat little place. Is that theater, by the way, available? I don't think I've ever asked you this on the air, but say I was planning some sort of a little community event or something, and I needed a location to have it. Can you utilize those
Yes.
rooms and such?
You can reserve those, and
Awesome.
there are fees involved. You know, whether it's
Sure.
a half day, full day, is there food involved, things like that. So
Okay.
but you can contact the library to reserve that, or the conference room even for you know a smaller
if
group.
you need a location for your event, for your business, or maybe your club or organization, whatever, give that some thought. Because what a great idea. It really is a nice location for something like that. So, and everybody knows where the library is, so it's easy to give directions to your event that way.
Yep.
So tell us what else is happening at the library these days. Do we still have the winter reading program going on?
That ended, but we had, it was
Okay.
really great. We had a lot of kids participate. I can't remember, it was like 500 hours of reading the kids turned in.
Excellent.
So that was wonderful. Yeah, it went really well. Everyone
Gave away Kindle.
gave away Kindle and prizes, tickets to the plays at the Ten and Fine Arts Center. It's great. It was
Yeah.
really great.
It is a neat program.
Yeah.
Do you have another one coming up
Yeah,
pretty soon?
winter reading will start mid-February.
Okay, that was the end of fall
Mhm.
reading, and now we're going to start
Yep.
winter reading.
Yep.
The best time of year to read, in my opinion.
Yep.
She's taking a
Snuggle
little
up
bit of a break here
inside,
for
you know.
for you know for a month and a half, 2 months, but
I guess we'll let her get by with that. We'll let it slide this time, but
Yeah.
no, such a neat thing because
and then next thing you know, it'll be summer and
Mhm.
full swing again.
Which we're already
big
planning for.
summer reading program then. But yeah, that's just a great way to kind of motivate kids to get into their reading a little more.
Mhm.
You know, if they have the idea that if I read this book, I might win a Kindle.
Yep.
Well, that's going to motivate them, all right, you know. So get your kids involved. There's no cost for parents to sign their kids up.
Nope.
To get them involved in the reading program. There's no cost to possibly win those prizes. So why not?
Yeah.
You know, why not get your kids involved in that?
Yep. No
Encourage
purchase
them.
necessary.
No purchase necessary to win, and that's a deal, let me tell you. And, of course, plenty of children's titles available.
Yes.
Take them in, get them signed up for the program, start checking out those books.
Mm-hmm.
They can also read books from their own personal
absolutely.
collection or whatever, but
Yeah.
for something a little different, get them down there and
Mhm.
checking out that children's section. Lots of really cool books down there.
Yes.
I like the books about animals. They're so cute. I
They are
picked up a
fun.
couple one time when I was down looking at the aquarium, just checking the fish out, and saw a couple of animal books, and I just kind of glanced at them. I was like, I wish I could get by with reading these kinds of things. But
Oh, go
there
for
was
it. Go
such
for
cool
it.
pictures in them, and just
They're
really
pretty.
good books.
Sometimes that's the fun part. Is
It
looking at
is.
that.
It truly is.
But speaking
So-
of the aquarium, though, we just added some new
oh, really?
Yes.
New
they're
ones.
so cool.
Oh, I'll have to get out and check it out again.
Yes.
Very nice.
There were 3 different kinds
Yep.
that we added to it this time. So
Very
yes,
cool.
so check that out next time you're there. We got some new inhabitants.
Well, I've always been a big fan of aquariums. I've kind of had some throughout my lifetime and such. But those saltwater tanks, whew, man, those are some beautiful fish.
Mhm.
I don't know how they get I don't know how the saltwater fish's colors are so much more vibrant, but they almost always are.
beautiful, yeah.
They're just gorgeous. So, and there's just another little odd thing in the library. Is this beautiful big aquarium down in the children's
We'll take that
section.
as a compliment.
It is. It was meant as one, I promise. It really wasn't meant. I guess it didn't sound quite right to say odd, did it? But it really is. You don't
Something
think
you,
of
you
it.
step in the
Yeah.
library and go, "Where's the aquarium?"
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not something you would traditionally expect to find, but it's one of those things that we have.
Mhm.
Because we've got such a great library here in town. So, so we've got Christmas movies coming up. We've got the winter reading program coming up. What day did you say that's going to start?
I haven't picked a date yet,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's going to be mid-February.
Mid-February, we'll start the new the winter reading program. So get your kids with that one. What else? I know I could just let you read down a list and still not get
we
it all
have,
in.
This Sunday, the book club will be meeting,
Oh, yes.
and they have been reading The Big Tiny for this time.
Which
and,
sounds like a really fascinating book.
Mhm.
It really
and
does.
so that's what they'll be discussing this time, and they will be picking up the Farm by Tom Rob Smith, I believe was the author's name, and so they will be picking that up then to read and then discuss in
start.
January then.
Okay. The Farm. I'm not familiar with that one.
I hadn't heard of it either, so but we have that coming in, so people will be able to pick that up, and not only the book club edition, but we also try to have regular circulating copies then, just so people can check that out anytime. They don't have to be part of the book club necessarily to necessarily read that.
Yeah, because I want to read The Big Tiny, but I've been waiting because I knew that it was coming up in book club, so I thought, well, if I wait till after they do their discussion of it, then there's probably going to be a couple of copies available after
we
that.
have regular
so,
copies of it
so I can
available
kind
for
of grab
checkout. Yeah.
one. So
Exactly.
excellent. 'Cause I definitely want to check that out. It's something I've been interested in a while, or for a while. So book club this Sunday. Anything else this weekend?
Oh, what else do we have
This
coming up?
weekend? I think we're okay this week.
Because sometimes you've got 2 or 3,
We
4
do, yeah.
things in a weekend. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, one of the things ongoing, of course, is Tech Talk.
Yeah.
But we just had Black Friday, and there were good deals on devices out there during Black Friday. And, of course, there's going to be a lot of awesome devices under Christmas trees coming up here.
Yeah.
So come in if you have trouble with your device, if you're not sure how to get that thing started, if you want to sign up for ebooks, come down and see us, and we will get that going. Our consortium has been purchasing a lot of fun ebooks recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So
Excellent.
there's quite a bit of influx there. So come in, check out what we have.
That's something that we've talked about on the show before, but I think it's been a little while since we really talked about the ebook thing. That is like if you have an ebook reader, how perfect is this? Because you can go in and check out titles, of course, absolutely free. Load them onto your device. You don't have to worry about returning it or deleting it or anything like that, because once your what do you call the time that you check out a book? What is the
Loan period.
period?
Loan period, yep.
You know,
It
once
just-
that
it
happens,
expires,
it just
it's
goes
done.
away. You
Yep.
don't even have to do anything with it.
Mhm.
But the really cool thing, and I think this is amazing, is that you can actually download books onto your reader from the library from anywhere.
Oh yeah.
You know, you could be on vacation
Mm-hmm.
in Florida or hanging out with the family this Christmas and think, oh, man, I'd really like to somebody tell you about a book, and you check it out right there.
Yep.
How cool is that?
Oh, it's lovely.
Boy, have libraries come a long way or
Yep.
what?
Yep.
I mean, this is not something that's uncommon either. Even some small town libraries. I know Dexter's library has quite a few e-titles available now. So even a little town like that, if you've got one of those
Actually-
readers, think your library.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Really?
We can save you a lot of money.
I think
Absolutely. Yeah.
it was yesterday that we purchased over 200 new titles.
Mm-hmm.
Wow! In one fatal swoop,
Yeah.
over 200.
Yep, just
That's
one.
a lot of new titles.
That is, and a lot of
Wow.
those are Charlie Classics.
Nice.
So again,
nice.
supporting the school curriculum and the reading program they have with the Claudia House and Charlie Classics. So kind of supports that as well. But and then there were other bestsellers in there as well, things that are those best-selling authors. So that some of those are books, some of them are audiobooks, but something that they're not only necessarily kids books per
Right,
se,
right.
but they're some of those classics that people will read. So we
Very
did buy
cool.
that then.
So do you all still have the readers loaded with like 100 best classic books or something like that? You did that a couple of years ago, and I always intended to get out and check one out, and I never did get around to it.
And we do
Right.
still have those, and those are available. Just ask at the desk, and it's a good way for people to try out one.
I have
if they're
never used
interested
an
in-
e-reader. I've read some stuff on my phone, which was a real challenge on that tiny screen, but I have done that. But I've never used an e-reader. I don't own one or anything. My mom, who is a ferocious reader, I mean, she just reads all the time, has actually got two of them now, loaded with
Is she
books.
reading two at once?
I don't think so. I think she actually gifted one to my dad when she got her new fancier
Right.
one or something, that kind of a thing. But I think she still had it full of books even when she did that. So, and I've wanted to try them. I've wanted to try one of them. And there are a couple of classic books that I haven't read in like years that I was thinking recently, I want to try that one again. So I may have to come down maybe after Christmas slows down a little bit, and check one of those out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you give me lessons on how to use the thing?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a little technologically
They have
challenged,
Well, she can run a radio station, but
but I don't know how to use an e-reader. That's pretty sad, isn't
They
it?
actually have a little instruction book that we made in each of them.
Oh,
so,
perfect.
yeah.
There you go.
But we can show you how to
I
use it, too.
can read. I can
Well, that's
follow
good.
directions. I'm good
well,
at that.
yes, I did hear you reading this day in history earlier. So
Boy, you got some doozies for me for today. That burglary thing, the armed robbery story, I was reading that kind of going, oh my gosh, this woman's missing? What happened to her? This is in 70-something. I wonder if they ever found her. It's kind of tripping me out a little bit. Just missing with all the receipts from that day.
Yep.
Wow. See, I want to know the rest of that story. I may have to come down and follow up a little bit. Find out if they ever found
You'll be
this
the
chick.
next Paul Harvey. The rest of the story.
The rest of the story. Really? She disappeared with all that money?
Yeah.
Well, of course, it might not have been all that much money, but it was all their receipts from the day, And that's all the story said. I'm like, what happened? So I got to find out more about this lady. Find out if they found her. Or if somebody from Dexter knows, let me know. Give me a call. Let me know. Did they ever find the chick? Was she okay? My curiosity's up here.
See there?
Yeah. That's the fun of
Providing-
libraries, isn't it?
Providing a little mystery for you.
Absolutely. The library is full of mysteries. That's true. Absolutely full of them. So we've got Tech Talk Thursdays. So if you do get, like she said, if you get one of those new e-readers or you get a new
A tablet,
or
smartphone, a new
or
computer.
whatever, and let's be honest, they can be a little confusing when you're first starting to use them. My dad got a tablet last year, and it took us months to figure out how to start using the thing, you know.
Yep.
It didn't come with a manual or anything,
Mm-hmm.
which just kills me.
Yeah.
Everything's online now, where you've
Yep.
got to go look it up online. But
So
yeah,
you have to
we
figure out how to
finally
use
did
it
figure out how to
together.
turn it on, get it charged, start using it,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But yeah, if they can be a little tricky, and if you're one of those people who doesn't want to spend 2 or 3 hours going online reading manuals, bring it down to the library, because these folks spend a lot of time regularly updating themselves on how to operate these devices, how to start using them, that sort of thing. And they are more than willing to share their expertise with you. Thank goodness. For real. Thank you. So
yeah, just
keep
call
that in
and
mind, you know?
make an appointment,
Yep.
and we'll do our best to get you squeezed in somewhere on those Thursday evenings. And
Well, it's very nice that you offer that service to folks.
we actually had a former staff person who went to Springfield and to go to school and went to work at the library over there. And she was, when we've done so much with that media and ebooks and the e-readers, that they were going to her as a new person.
Oh, you're kidding.
They were going to her for advice and asking her to help people, because she was that
funny.
that involved with it and was that familiar with the technology.
Go Poplar Bluff.
Yep, showing up
That's
Springfield.
awesome. Yeah. That's do they not have Tech Talk Thursday over there? They should consider it, huh?
Maybe they need to. Yeah.
I mean, that really is a valuable service that you offer to the public, and you probably don't get thanked enough for that. So, on behalf of everybody who's ever taken advantage and forgot to say thank you, because really that's that kind of information you would normally have to go pay somebody to teach you, or to show you how to use things. Sometimes you're going to pay a fee for that, or and the library offers that to you absolutely free.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot beat that. So, as well as computer classes, I think it's awfully cool that you guys take time to offer these great little basic computer classes for folks who maybe getting that laptop for the very first time. We've got some seniors in our area that are just now starting to use the computer. They want to set up a Facebook page so they can, hang out with their family and friends online and that sort of a thing. But it can be a little intimidating, and you offer some basic classes and that sort of thing too.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos for that one as well. Nice job. I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, though, to talk more about the Poplar Bluff Municipal Library. Have you been there lately? If not, why not? I'm telling you, they got a little bit of everything, including some beautiful tropical fish in the basement. You don't call it the basement, do you? The bottom floor, the kids section, whatever you call it. Beautiful aquarium down there. A great selection of e-books that you can check out absolutely free. Even got those classics on readers if you don't own a reader, like me. I'm technologically challenged, I'm afraid. But they've even got those for you. Check out the library today. We'll be right back to talk more right after this on Today's Talk, KWOC, 9:30 a.m. and 93.3 FM. KWOC News Time, 8:37. Welcome back to Brittney on the Bluff, brought to you by Today's Computers, Whitworth's Gift Chest Jewelers, Key Drugs, and First Community Bank in Poplar Bluff. Poplar Bluff Library Day. That's what we're going to start calling it. Library Day on Brittney on the Bluff. Now, once a month, some of the folks from the municipal library come in and bring us up to date because I say this all the time, but seriously, guys, if you haven't been to our library lately, you got to get in there. There's always something going on, and there's always something new. That's why we keep bringing them back over and over to find out what's new. Right now, they're telling me during the break they got a lot of new titles sitting in Sean's office right now. Haven't even been put out on the shelf yet because he's got to go through and catalog everything and get them all in the computer and all that good stuff. So you got, 200 books or more sitting in your office right now? New books?
Definitely more.
Yeah.
More than that?
Check with us over the next couple
So
of weeks.
how long
we'll
is
have
it?
new stuff hitting
Yeah.
the shelves.
How long
There's
does it
new
take
stuff
you
going
to
out
do
every
that?
day.
Oh,
There's
so
new
you're doing
stuff.
a little bit at a time.
Yeah, there's always new
But the
stuff coming
problem
out
is
almost
she's
every
still
day.
ordering new books while you're trying to catalog the new
I'm ordering new
He's doing
books.
it too, yeah.
Yeah, I do that too. So.
Oh,
So,
my
yeah.
goodness. One of my favorite sections, and I guess it's because, like I said earlier, I don't have cable or anything like that. I love to check out DVDs. What a great thing that is. You guys have saved me a ton of money in video rentals for sure. You go in there and they've got this great selection, a lot of classic movies, some TV series, some documentaries. And I love the fact that whatever mood I'm in, some days I go in and I'm like, okay, I want to learn something. Check out the documentary section. Or I go in and I'm like, okay, I want something funny. Okay, Frasier, here we go. Or whatever, there's something in there to kind of meet whatever mood I'm in, whether it's a Cary Grant movie or, a show on, a series on DVD. And you're getting some new DVDs in as well.
Yes. We've recently received Vampire Diaries
Oh,
and 24. And hitting the shelves soon will be Murder, She Wrote and MASH.
Oh, MASH. I
And-
love MASH.
And I'm trying to think. Let's see. There were X-Files. And
yeah, cool.
so some of those series
Yeah.
we did our own Thanksgiving Black Friday shopping and got some really good deals on some of those series.
That's what I was thinking. Why'd they get all these new DVDs? Because you got some great deals.
We did. And
nice.
some of those series are over $300.
Wow.
And we got them for like 70.
Wow, that is a
It
good
was
deal.
it was like
Man.
$250 off.
Dang,
So
I should have
yeah,
taken
so
advantage of some of these sales.
we
shouldn't I?
were
Wow,
we were,
nice.
So that
said you
that
just
allows
got,
us even to buy even more then.
You recently got some Designing Women
Yes,
episodes.
we have Designing Women now.
Like I said, Frasier, because I've checked all those out recently. Got a couple of new Survivor
Yes.
seasons in. Always one of my favorites.
And let's see, what else do we have? We've recently have True Blood. So again, another vampire
yeah.
series there.
Well, those
but
are just really
you know,
popular these days.
Mad Men.
Uh-huh.
Trying to think. Something a little older. We have Dobie Gillis. So a little classic.
And then those are so cute.
Yeah,
That
they're
show was
funny.
so cute.
Yeah.
I mean, really. Black and white, the whole 9 yards, but such an adorable show. Very entertaining.
And we have Bewitched now.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
if you can twitch your nose, maybe they'll get to shelf
Bewitched,
faster.
Yeah. there you go. That's great. So maybe you need a little family entertainment, and again, with the holidays here, what better time to take advantage of being able to check out something and not have a big fee associated with it? Save that money for your Christmas list.
Exactly.
Go down and save some money doing this, and that gives you a little extra to spend on those gifts.
Yep.
So it doesn't get much better than that, does it? So Can I come look at your desk and see what's in? Can I get a peek? Because my curiosity's like really going crazy right now. I'm dying to know what kind of stuff you got in.
Oh,
It's crazy in there right
there,
now.
we have all kinds
It
of
might
fun
not be
stuff
able to
in.
fit in the office. Huh? There's so much stuff in there. But yeah, if you've been looking for a particular show and they don't have it, just mention it to them. And if they can get it and it's something reasonable, they'll look into that, won't you?
Well, definitely.
So
you know.
the Survivor things, I kind of feel like every time you get one of those in, you get it just for me. I know that's not the case because I know they're checked out a lot because I see them gone a lot. But I
They're
always feel
constantly
like,
moving.
they do that for me. Makes me feel special,
your
y'all.
personal library.
Thank you.
Making your library personal.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Ooh, I like
For everyone
that.
in Poplar Bluff.
That's a good slogan. You should use that. You should use that one.
Well, we were
So-
coming back from the break there, and you were talking about going to the library,
Uh-huh.
and it dawned on me. I'm like we should call this. You were talking about Library Day. I'm like, we should call this Brittney's Story Time.
Hey, that works for me. I like it. I like it.
Brittney's Library Story Time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very cool. So new titles, new DVDs. We've got computer classes, Tech Talk Thursdays. We've got these movies that are going to be shown throughout the holiday season for the family, which they're shown all the time, but doing the holiday movies now, which is just perfect, The new reading program that'll be coming up soon.
Story time.
Gosh, with story time.
After
Story time. When is story time?
10:30
Because I
is
bet
on
they're doing
Tuesday.
some Christmas stories, aren't they?
Yeah.
Some holiday stories.
Yeah, I think what we have coming up. I think there's carols coming up, Santa, and a New Year's Eve party on the 30th. So that should be fun.
Oh, a New Year's Eve party for the kids.
Yeah.
How fun is that? They don't get that many New Year's Eve activities,
Nope.
That tends
That'll
to
be
be
a
for
cute
us
story time.
grown-ups. Yeah. How much fun. They need little party hats and noisemakers and
There
stuff.
you go. Well, most kids are pretty good noisemakers anyway.
Yeah, that's true. They really don't need help, do they? But that's one thing. When you go into our library, I've been in when story time was going on or when there was a kids event going on in the library, and they don't tell the kids to shh. It's not like that. They let them be kids. They let them have fun, enjoy the library. It's instilling in the kids not just a love for books and for reading and learning, but a love of the library. Those kids are gonna grow up knowing that the library is a fun place to be, and that if they want to go have a good time, they're gonna go there, kind of thing. So
Yep.
that's a great thing to give your kids. It's a gift to your children to teach them to love their local library.
Yeah.
They'll be readers the rest of their lives because of that. That's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It really is.
And with the MacBooks that the school is using now, we see so many kids that come in day after day after day. I mean, granted they may be doing homework or they may be there just recreationally,
Sure.
but they're coming in and we see those regulars.
Utilizing that
and-
free Wi-Fi.
Exactly. And so they're
Getting
coming
their
in.
homework done.
Or like I said, maybe they're, watching videos or listening to music or doing something
Right.
else, but they're coming in and maybe it's not that traditional old style use of the library, but they're still coming in.
I was just going to say that. Isn't it neat how even with the advancement of technology and the advancement of technology in their educational experience, that that you guys are so up with the times that it's still a relevant place for them. Instead of coming in and using the encyclopedias to write their 10-page report or something, they're coming in to use the Wi-Fi. But still, they see the library as a place where they can continue working on their education, where they can have fun. It would have been so easy for libraries to just kind of, I hate to say it, but kind of dwindle a little bit, with technology. I'm
And
so
libraries
glad that
haven't-
hasn't happened.
That haven't really adapted
Yeah.
or changed, and are still stuck in that, 1930s,
Right.
time frame that, they do have those problems. with people not coming in.
I can imagine.
And, they
I'm just
haven't
grateful that
adapted.
ours has adapted. That you all have the foresight to see how you can still make the library a relevant place.
That's,
So
and
that's very
we're
cool.
constantly trying to do that. That's always something we want.
You may or may not know this, but I'm just thinking back, several years ago when the whole World Wide Web started and everybody starts learning about, there's all this great information out there, and I can get to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Who was it at the library that said, we're going to have to keep up with things? Who had the foresight? Was it somebody on the board, or do you even know? Because, that is, whoever that person or persons was, we owe them a gratitude. Seriously, we owe them a big thank you.
Well, I think part of what started that, though, was automating libraries, where you had the catalog online,
right?
And it just kind of evolved from there. So it was kind of a natural progression then that, okay, yeah, you can look up your books on the computer, so we're going to provide these additional computers that you can look up other things then.
Right.
So I think that was almost a natural progression because, a lot of libraries started automating back in the 80s even.
Right.
And so I think that, just having that computer there, and then it just kind of evolved and grew from there.
Well, I still think that there's probably a lot of libraries across the country that don't have things like Tech Talk Thursdays, that don't have things like, such a great selection of ebooks available and such ease of access to those books and that information and stuff. I still think there are some out there that probably, they're probably struggling some.
And there are a lot of libraries that in different parts of the country that have had to reduce hours.
And here ours
close
increases.
Days.
While the other libraries are reducing hours, you're increasing hours, staying open on Sundays and holidays and things like that. I think we're pretty lucky, for real. I've always been a library fan. My mom made sure when I was a kid that I learned to love the library, and I've always been, wherever I lived, that library was my library, wherever I was at that stage in life, and I just have always been a big fan, and I'm just so thankful that we have such a progressive, is that a good word to use? I think it is, progressive library, a library that wants to keep up with things and offer new services and such all the time. So thank you, because I know you guys work hard at that. That's not something that just happens.
No,
you guys are working at it.
Doesn't happen by accident.
No. And
Some
so
things happen by accident,
I thank you for that you all are willing to put in the time and the energy and continually be updating your own education, to be able to offer those things. So, Sean, we haven't talked lately much about the whole genealogy thing, and that's kind of your cup of tea. I'm thinking with the new year coming up, there's probably some people that's on their New Year's resolution list, is to get in touch with their past and their family's history and stuff. We have a lot of resources available here in town at our local library for those people that are interested in that want to do their family tree, want to trace their genealogy. Are there any special workshops, classes, any kind of helps available to maybe somebody that's just getting started with that effort?
We don't have any classes that are just regular ongoing. We have some that we do periodically. I will say that the Butler County Genealogical Society meets on the fourth Thursday of every month at 1:30 at the Methodist Church on Main Street, just a couple blocks north of the library. And so, that's definitely a good place to start networking and finding people.
Especially if your family is from Butler County.
Exactly.
Because they probably have got some information on them already.
So they are wonderful. They're great supporters of the library. They do donations on a regular basis.
Thank you
providing funding for buying additional genealogy books and resources so that we can continue to improve that collection.
Well, I was
So
telling
it's
my
really
parents
great.
the other day, I said, I'm not sure how it works because I've never tried it or anything. And I said, but I've been told that our library that you can access Ancestry.com at the library.
Mhm.
So if I was like just starting, maybe I've never done any of this kind of research before ever, I think that's a perfect place to start because you can get a bunch of info with a little investment of time and energy through genealogy.com, and it's free of charge for us if we go to the library to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow,
You
how
get,
cool is that?
Get online and do it.
Because wouldn't I have to pay for a subscription to that if I
Yeah.
did that on
Yeah.
my own? That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
That it's not a free service.
It is not.
Yeah, I want to say that it's like $20 a month if you do like a monthly subscription. And so, you can
That
come
adds
in
up
at the
pretty
library. So yeah, $20
that's a
a
pretty
month
good
times
savings, yeah.
12, so $240 a year, or you can come to us for free.
Yeah, and $240, that's like a device.
So if
You
I
can
can,
get ebooks.
you're right. I didn't even think of it that way. You're absolutely right. You can afford to buy yourself that
That new tablet.
that new tablet you've been wanting if you just go use that free service there. It's one way of looking at it, isn't it? I wouldn't even know where to start, though. I mean, literally, if I walked in there, I would not even, I guess, Ancestry.com and type that in, but I wouldn't know what to do. Do you offer some help with that, some
Yeah.
assistance in getting
We
started?
can get you pointed in directions, kind
Absolutely.
of like, kind of part of the reference interview is like, well, what are you looking for? What do you know? What time frame, what place, just kind of getting some of that information just as a bare bones, and then pointing
see.
people in directions then as to what part of the database
And of course,
to look
that
at.
is I was going to say a national, but it's probably an international database.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Where if you're like me, where you've got family members in one state and then family members in another state, and they're kind of all spread out, you can probably consolidate that information much easier and quicker utilizing one of these databases as opposed to the old-fashioned book research.
Yep. Absolutely.
I did try one time. I went down to the town I was born in, and I went to the library and looked up some stuff, and went to the newspaper and tried to find some stuff. It was very time-consuming. Very
Yeah.
time-consuming, and to get copies made of everything I needed to make, it got pretty pricey there too.
Yeah.
So it's not a cheap endeavor, but boy, how satisfying is it to know where you came from? And what a cool New Year thing, it's kind of a way to kick off your new year. Something like that gives you that
Kind
feeling
of rediscovering yourself.
yeah, it gives you that feeling of belonging somewhere, and it's just really a neat thing. I got some information from the Daughters of the American Revolution, our local chapter, recently, and it was stuff that I had never heard about
Fun.
a relative of mine, and I was like, wow, this is just amazing that, here was this person in my past that was considered a patriot, and it's just really neat stuff. And I just thought, I want to do more of this. I want to find out more of this. I know my family's from Ireland, but that's about it. You know what I mean? I want to find out more.
Yeah.
So
it's addicting
maybe
once
when
you get
things
going.
slow down a little bit after the new year, I can come down
Wait
and
till
maybe
you
you could
get
show
into
me how
some
to use
records that are in Gaelic.
I hope not. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's always
I wouldn't be
terrifying
able
when
to
you say,
deal with
"Oh,
that.
no, it's time to hop
Oh.
across the pond."
I would like to do that, though.
it is
I've always said there's only two other places in the world. I love America, but I'd like to see Ireland, and I'd like to see Australia.
I agree with
So
that.
those are the,
I would
those
love,
are the
I would
two,
love to go there
my
too.
two international travel plans. If I ever go anywhere, it's going to be one of those two countries. So
Maybe you can do a remote there.
get paid,
And
are
going
you
on
saying?
in Sydney, Australia today, on Brittney on the Bluff,
Live on
interview-
location.
we're interviewing the Prime Minister of Australia.
Wouldn't that be fun? Can I get a sponsor involved here? How cool would that be?
That'd be awesome.
I've always said I've got great perks with my job. That would be a fantastic perk right there. Well, guys, I tell you, we've only got a couple of minutes left. Any last?
Yep.
Sean's got something because he
Yep.
points. Yes.
I'm like, yes.
What's that last thing?
we are still collecting books for Santa Land.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm
And
glad you said that. I almost
so,
forgot.
So that I think that's going on Tuesday is when they'll be distributed. But so
Right,
you're
so
out
pretty
this
quick.
weekend.
Pretty quick. Get them in
and
there.
Buy some new books or some very, 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 very gently used books. Drop
Any
those off
age,
the library.
basically, because there's going to be kids of all ages
kids of all ages there. So
preschool books, elementary aged,
picture
whatever.
books or whatever, any of those things, still drop those off at the library over the weekend. There's boxes. There's one box up at the top of the stairs upstairs, and one downstairs as well. So people, anybody that's that wants to contribute to that, please do so.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
time is dwindling on that very quickly, but
yeah, they'll probably be picking it up, I would think, Monday or so.
I think so.
So
it'll be
just
Monday,
basically a couple of days
so
left to
basically,
do that.
If you are out doing something this weekend,
And what
keep that in mind.
really, a book is a gift that you can give to a child that just means so much more than just. I love toys. I'm not bad-mouthing toys. Kids need toys to develop their creativity and all that kind of thing as well. But a book, I just think, is a fantastic gift for a kid.
Mm-hmm.
What better thing? Again, it's something that's going to instill that love of learning, that love of reading, that they will carry through the rest of their lives. So please, if you possibly can, pick up some of those books and drop them off at the library this weekend. You will be open on Sunday.
Yes.
So if you
Sundays,
can't make it
1
in
to 5.
tomorrow, Sunday 1 to 5, you can even stop off and drop them off then, or maybe even Monday morning, first thing. But yeah, do that. If you've got some books in your children's library that have not been worn out, remember, these are gifts. Okay, so a kid doesn't want to get a ratty old book with marks in it all through it as a gift. I mean, it's just tacky. Let's be honest. So very, very gently used or brand new books preferred for Santa Land again for next week. And lots and lots of kids, hundreds, probably thousands of families are going to go through Santa Land next Tuesday. Give those kids a book as a gift, and you're giving them a gift for a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. Guys, thank you.
And they can,
Thank you.
and just because, and they can read it, and then maybe they'll pass it on to someone else, or another kid in the household will pick it up and read it.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
it keeps going.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, thanks for coming in and hanging out with me this morning. Y'all, I know you're busy, so I really do appreciate you taking time to come down.
Yep, no problem. We look forward to it next month.
Absolutely. That's it for Brittney on the Bluff for today. We'll do it again on Monday right here on Today's Talk KWOC.
With you wherever you go.